Hi guys. I've been shooting professionally now for years, and during that time I have accumulated a lot of data, terabytes of photos I will probably never look at again. But knowing there are few gold nuggets in that pile of data, I'm reluctant to delete anything. Yes, storage is cheap, but will I ever do anything with my mountain of data except adding to it? In this video, I'm gonna talk about 5 things I'm gonna do with my photos in 2019. I used to do a lot of studio works. With these kind of photos, I have less problem with, because nowadays, I just give people the high resolution photographs. If I shoot family portraiture or weddings or anything like that, I just give them the high-res files, and then I'm not obligated or responsible for keeping the photos anymore. It's their responsibility now. So I can delete that. But my travel stuff and my landscape stuff, that's a whole nother story. When I do a new locations, I generally sit down after each day and go through the files and give them stars if I have time, and that's a big if. At least at some time I will go through it, and if nothing else, to pick marketing material and something to post on my social media sites. However, my schedule is pretty tight. I'm constantly on the road. I'm constantly adding photos, and this just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So what I do now, because like I said, I need to be posting stuff on social media, trying to keep that alive. So what I usually do when I'm shooting, I look at my frames when I'm shooting. I say, oh, that's a good frame. I try to remember it. I set it aside when I get back to the hotel, but the rest I just don't look at. And the problem with this approach is I might not be getting best frame of every shoot. I'm getting a frame, but I'm not putting in any work to select the best one, at least when I'm on the road. And when I'm doing a location, I get a lot of similar photos. This place, I shoot it wide, I shoot it, with my long lens, I shoot this direction. So I'm getting maybe a few great photos, but you're not gonna be able to use a lot of them in your portfolio. You're not gonna put a few similar photos from the same day, from the same shoot in your portfolio. So what do you do with the rest of the stuff? So here are the 5 things I'm gonna do with my photos in 2019. First, YouTube. That is what I have already started that. Since I started this YouTube channel, I am editing more photos because I can use, like I talked about earlier, I can use many photos from the same locations if I'm making a point about something. So, and I will be doing more of this in 2019. B-roll is great, but so are my photos. So, and it has if I'm B-roll of me making coffee or, fucking around on my one wheel, if the video is not about making coffee or fucking around on the one wheel, it's not content. It has nothing to do with the video. So I'm trying usually, to make my B-roll back up the stuff I'm talking about. And it doesn't have to be video. It can also be a slideshow where I can, show you more of my photography work, this being a photography channel and all. Second thing I'm going to do in 2019 is blogging. I tried that many times, but then it comes that time of the week I need to get my blog done and I just don't do it. I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna, because I want to be able to use more of my photos, and that I can use in my blogs, and also reuse my videos I'm making in this channel, give them more life. Because making a video like this takes a long time. It's a lot of work and it costs me money. So I'm gonna try to maximize the use I have for any given video. So that's another thing. Third thing is selling my photos more. In 2019, I'm gonna try to market my stuff better than I have been doing. First that comes to mind is stock. Stock is problematic. That's probably one of these things I'm gonna delay until I not do it, but I might not. But hear me out. Stock, there is no money in stock anymore. First of all, these micro stock sites, they kind of ruined it. So unless you sell a lot, you have a crazy amount of data on your stock site, it's not gonna give you much money. Also, there's a lot of work making this. You have to upload your photo, you have to tag it, you have to write descriptions. Just to upload one photo with all the things you have to do for people to be able to find it, it's a big task. And maybe you're gonna do 1,000 photos or 2,000 photos. This is a lot of work. Also, do I put my stock photo on my website, or do I use a stock photo agency, which will give me more eyeballs, but they take a big percentage of each sale. So like I said, stock, well, we'll see. We'll see about stock. I do sell a lot of photos. I do sell, not to individuals a lot, but to companies, hotels, ad agencies, and stuff like that. However, I have a problem there, and that comes back to a point I mentioned earlier. I have so many photos that I haven't even looked at. So if I haven't looked at it, it's not tagged, it's not edited. So when somebody calls me and says, do you have a Northern Light photo over Grundarfjörður, or whatever, has some specifics, I'm like, I have to estimate, is the amount of money I'm gonna get paid for this worth hours of looking for the photo and then edit it, and then they might not buy it. They usually do, because it's good for future business, but this is a point that there's a point I'm trying to make here. If there's anything I regret throughout my career, is that I did not catalog and tag everything I shot right from the start. Now I have a huge problem, because if you do it, even if you're producing a lot of content, this has to be part of your workflow. So if I can give you a good advice, solid advice, if you're not doing this, tagging and cataloging your stuff, photo or video, start doing this, because it gets big really fast and you will never know when somebody knocks on your door and wants to buy your stuff. Fourth thing I'm gonna do in 2019 is to start offering prints for sale on my website. I know it doesn't work for a lot of people. Many photographers are doing this and they are not selling a lot, but maybe something will sell, and if it does, it's free money for me. But it will also give some of my photos a little bit more prestige, and some of them actually do deserve that. And fifth thing I'm gonna do in 2019 with my photos is starting to give them away a little bit. Meaning, I do tutorials on my YouTube channels, and I think it's nice when you're doing a tutorial to have the actual raw file the tutorial is about. So I'm gonna start giving that away also, but only for educational purpose, of course. So if you take it and you use it for commercial stuff, I'm gonna be very irritated, you know? So these are my thoughts on what I can do to give my photos life, some purpose, and not just collecting digital dust on my hard drives. But what do you think? What are your thoughts? Do you have any ideas on what to do with all the photos you have accumulated throughout the years? If anything? Is it just garbage? Is it something you can actually use for something? Let me know in the comment section what you think about it. And like always, consider subscribing, consider liking and sharing this video. Thank you for watching.